Hey friends, today we're going to be making cultured cashew cheese. It is a recipe from my book, Raw Food Ayurveda, Volume 2, which you can get an ebook copy by clicking the link in the description. There are 76 mouth-watering, super delicious, savory recipes, all of which have tips for your dosha. So if you need to balance kapha dosha or vata dosha, pitta dosha, you're having excessive air, heat, or inertia, depending on your imbalances, you can adjust the recipe to help balance your dosha. So this recipe will be in the book. Like I said, cultured cashew cheese. It's very simple. All you need to get started is 1 cup of soaked cashews. I used these organic cashews from Costco and I soaked them in about 2 cups of filtered water. I tend to use just the 2-cup measuring cup, measure out 1 cup of cashews and then fill the rest with filtered water. And I soaked these for about 4 hours and placed them in the refrigerator so that they were kept nice and cold. You can soak them for less time or longer, but 4 hours seems to be just about the right amount of time. I'm gonna add these to the blender. Got the trusty Vitamix here, along with just half a cup of plain filtered water. Maybe a little more, maybe less. And then we're just gonna blend until that is smooth and creamy using the handy dandy tamper as needed. My friends, is really all it takes. It is nice and smooth and creamy. You can see that. And then I have a nice little spatula that does a really good job in the Vitamix. The key is to have a good spatula. So go ahead and scrape all of that out. And I'm just placing it in a Pyrex glass bowl. Now you want to use glass or ceramic or just pretty much anything. Well, I wouldn't use plastic and I wouldn't use metal because we're going to be adding a probiotic capsule to this, and we want to create a really friendly, hospitable environment in which our bacteria, our good bacteria, can thrive and no bad bacteria are gonna get up in there and grow. So probiotics, I use the PB8 brand vegetarian capsules. You can get these on Amazon. I think I got this bottle from Sprouts. And really anything will work. You want to make sure if you're vegan, it's a vegan or vegetarian capsule. Sometimes glycerin is used in the probiotics and in many different capsules. And you also want to make sure it's probiotic only and not any added prebiotics, because that can kind of mess with fermentation in an undesirable way. So I'm taking just 1 capsule and I'm splitting it open and just dumping the contents over the cashew blended mixture. And then I'm just gonna take my little wooden spoon, and you want something, again, not metal, not really plastic, and I'm just mixing it all together because we just released the probiotics in here. I don't want to touch them with metal. Don't want to kill them. I want them to be alive. So I want this to be living food for a living body. And of course you can argue that cashews aren't raw and this and that, but this does create something that is very much live. So this mixture will then go into my dehydrator. and I set it at about 115, and I like to let it go at least 8 hours. You could even do it set at 90 and go longer than that. But the idea is for it to get nice and warm and tangy. Nice and tangy and zesty and cheesy. And then after it has had a chance to ferment, then we add some different things to it, which I'll show you after this is fermented. Hi friends, so we are here 24 hours later to finish what I started yesterday. It's a new day, and the cashew cheese is right here. It had plenty of time to dehydrate and ferment a bit. I left it in the dehydrator at about 115 degrees for a few hours, and then I switched it on to 90 for maybe 8 hours. So I let it go on overnight, and then I just turned it off and left it in the dehydrator. So it was in there nearly 24 hours, and it was on at least about half the time. And like I said, I didn't really want it to dehydrate down too much. It depends what you're gonna do with it. If you're gonna make something like a cashew cheese log or some kind of like cashew cheese mold with it, then you're gonna wanna actually dehydrate it probably about 115 degrees for 24 hours or longer. But what I like to do is not take all of the water out, because I really like to eat hydrating foods as much as possible, and I find that the cashews seem to digest a little better when they're not completely dry, when they've been rehydrated a bit, and then when they're also cultured with the probiotics. So I left it in there for that amount of time. And what we're gonna do now, it's really like necessary, unnecessary. I mean, you be the judge, right? You can leave it as it is. Cashew cheese can be as simple as cashews cultured with the probiotic and the water to blend, dehydrated, done. Or you can be a bit more creative and get some flavorings going. I'm just gonna do really basic flavorings. These are the ones I mentioned in my book, Raw Food Ayurveda, Volume 2. And what I'm gonna add is, I will show you right here. This is 1 clove of garlic that's been minced, and I'm just gonna add that to our cashew cheese. And then I have the juice of 1 organic lime. You could use lemon, but right now I'm only able to find organic lime, so that's what I'm using. And as you can see, it had kind of like a crust on top, which is really nice, and then underneath it's quite creamy and delicious. So if you were gonna serve this straight up, this is kind of like a cream cheese texture. Very, very nice. And what I like to do with it is actually use it in dip recipes. So combining it with other things so I can stretch out that fat a little bit more with some more volume. It's really, really delicious. It smells good. It smells very cheesy, very nice, and yeah, that's it. So you could just cover it like this and put it in the refrigerator. It'll keep in the fridge. And what I'll do is I'll come back at you very soon, and we will be making a dip recipe using some of the cashew cheese. So thanks so much for watching. Leave me a comment if you make some cashew cheese like this. Like this video if you like it, subscribe for more. Like I said, I'll be doing more recipes and sharing more with you every day for 30 days of 30 videos. So take care, much love, thanks for watching, bye.